My name is Rachel. I am a registered dietitian and I work here at the Discovery Center, normally leading our Snack Attack program, which is a program for kids to learn about and explore nutritious foods by making snacks in a safe kitchen environment. Right now, while the Discovery Center remains closed, I thought I would offer a series of videos on food safety and proper food handling to keep you safe during this time. In this first video, I'll be reviewing some tips on safety while going to the grocery store. I've tried to organize these tips into 3 categories. First, tips for before you go to the store, tips for at the store, and tips for when you get home. So first, I'll review the tips for before you go. My biggest tip for before you go grocery shopping is to plan ahead. You can plan your list of grocery items that you need for the next 1 to 2 weeks. Planning for 1 to 2 weeks helps allow enough food for you not to have to go back to the store often, but also keeps from depleting the stock on the shelves from the store. The next thing you can plan for is plan your route through the store. So if you are familiar with the store that you're going to and you have your list of items that you need, you can think about how you might plan your route through the store to avoid going back and forth from one end to another multiple times. So for instance, in a store that I like to shop in, I know that I can start in one end and pick up in the produce section and pick up my produce items. Then I can sort of weave through some aisles, picking up some canned foods, bread, cereal, some baked good or baking items, and snacks, and then I can get to the dairy section and the cold foods, and then I finish in the freezer section. This helps, again, eliminate back and forth trips from one end of the store to another. Also, picking up your cold and frozen items last helps avoid keeping them out of the cooler or freezer for too long. So we've planned our list and we're going to plan our route through the store. You can also plan the time that you're going to go shopping. So decide what time might work best for you, but also what time might be less busy at the store. Often early mornings or later in the evenings are less busy. Also, if you can go shopping sometime during the week as opposed to the weekend, these are all times that are less busy for grocery shopping, and you'll avoid larger crowds. So that's planning ahead before you go to the store. Next, we'll talk about tips for at the store. When you get to the store, it's a good idea to go ahead and use some hand sanitizer before you go in, and of course, wear a mask. These simple steps help protect the shoppers around you from any, and helps keep you from passing any unwanted germs to other shoppers. Next, once you get in the store, you can take wipes to wipe down the cart. I've noticed that in many stores there are employees that are doing this for you now. But if you prefer to take wipes along and wipe the cart down again, that's perfectly fine as well. And then you always want to follow any store instructions. Pay attention to arrows in the aisles directing you which way to walk in the aisle. Always try to stay 6 feet away from other shoppers whenever possible. Some stores may not allow reusable grocery bags. You just want to be aware of that. If they do, certainly take your own reusable grocery bags to use. And then finally, once you have collected your items, paid for your items, and you're leaving the store, use hand sanitizer again to sanitize your hands, or if possible wash your hands, just to help protect you again. So then once you get home, some tips for bringing your groceries into the house would be to determine one central location to bring your bags into the house. Put them all there. That way when you're finished, it's easier to clean and sanitize that area where the bags have been. So bring your groceries into one central location. Then you want to wash your hands again. This, again, just is an extra step of precaution and safety to help keep you safe and free from passing any diseases. So you wash your hands, and then we're going to sort and store. So sort through your groceries, sort through any raw meat or raw food that needs to be cooked, and keep that separate from any produce or fresh food or ready-to-eat food that does not need to be cooked. This prevents any kind of cross-contamination between those foods. If you feel the need to take food out of its packaging or to clean the packaging of food with some wipes, that's fine, although I'm finding that it doesn't seem to be as necessary anymore. Again, the FDA and CDC have said that food and food packaging is not associated with the transmission of the coronavirus, so it's not necessary, but if you feel safer doing that, wiping down the containers and packages of food, that's okay too. Once you have stored your food, raw meat and raw food separately from fresh food, you'll want to store it properly, of course. You want cold foods to go into the refrigerator and frozen foods to go into the freezer as soon as possible. And then once you're done unloading your bags, you'll want to put them into the washing machine to wash them, as well as your mask. If you're using a reusable mask, you'll want to wash that as well. Wash all those things before your next grocery trip. Finally, after you have put those things in the washing machine, wash your hands one more time, just as another safety precaution to keep you safe. So last but not least, if you are having any signs or symptoms of the coronavirus or other illness, be sure to just stay home. Have someone else go to the store for you if you need something urgently. Otherwise, wait until you are symptom-free. Thank you for watching this first video. We hope you join us for the next videos in this series, and we hope to see you back at the Discovery Center soon.